But the biggest thing this week is trying to teach them what a normal week's all about. You know, last week wasn't really a normal week because we've been preparing for a long time for one opponent, and you know, it's about getting their legs back and all that. Whereas this week, it's truly a normal week. And like Tuesday and Wednesday, man, you got to bump and grind, and it's got to be physical. And so this week's been kind of really training a lot toward that. You only got 3 days to really get your plan in for the opponent. So it's not like you've been seeing them for 2 weeks or something like that. So that's been different. But the energy's been good, and I just have challenged them to get better this week. Correct the mistakes from last week. Don't make the same ones, and let's see if we can go play more physical like I want us to be in all phases. Not that we were bad, but we got to be at another level, and we got to keep getting better if we're going to be able to obtain some of our other goals that we have. So we'll see what we do this Saturday.
In that respect, you may have captured a lightning in a bottle, because you've got veterans who are feeling disappointed by what they weren't able to accomplish last year, and then you've got these kids who aren't jaded yet by anything, and
right.
They're just kind of wide-eyed and excited.
Yeah, it's an interesting team. We've got a nice mix. With youth comes enthusiasm and energy and competition, and it's been really, really good. And our veteran guys have done a great job. I mean, they really have shown good leadership really all summer, all spring, and it's carried right over into fall camp, and had great leadership Saturday in our first game. And we have to have that, especially when you've got as many young players as we have. They've got to have some good leadership, and it's been interesting to watch that dynamic develop between and talent-wise, that there's not much difference between them, but there's a big difference between experience and knowledge and all that kind of stuff. So it's been fun to watch that all blend and come together. But we've got a good chemistry, and hopefully we can just take another step this week. That's what we're trying to do.
Still planning on holding Rashard, and if so, who would go in his place on Saturday?
Yeah, Rashard actually practiced today, and felt really good. He was all excited. We got his brace on him today, and he's planting and cutting, and so he could probably play and may play if we need him. But we'll go with those other guys. Probably we'll probably start Robert Smith and Meeks, probably who will start. But those guys will do a good job.
The other guys should be back.
Yeah, Bice is back. Glad to get him back. We've got him plugged back in on some special teams, and hopefully he'll get an opportunity to get in on offense some too, and break another one of those freshmen in. He'll be another first timer to play. I think there's only 3 guys that haven't played yet, and he's one of them. So look forward to seeing him out there.
I know you mentioned that you're going to hold McLean. Are there any other freshmen that are like on the bubble between possibly playing this week?
Norton is a guy that we're continuing to get ready to play, and he may end up playing, but we don't want to just throw him out there to throw him out there. If we can have him ready and play him if we need to, that's what we're going to do. But we're not going to just play him because we want to. We've got a good plan in place there, and that's going to really be based on the health of our veterans. But we're kind of treating him a little bit like we did Andre Ellington a few years ago. He's traveling with us. We're getting him ready, and probably go the first 4 or 5 games, and then we'll make a decision. But he could play.
With Smith in place for Hall, assuming that he does that mean Meeks will shift over to free?
Yeah, those guys are interchangeable. Yeah. I mean, they can play either one of those spots, both of them.
You didn't. You've got to feel excited about the possibilities for some of the other freshmen that didn't have the kind of coming out that a Sammy or an Anthony or Bellamy did the other day. He took a shot at Peak in the end zone one time, but he hadn't caught a ball yet.
Yeah.
Or a big play yet. You got some of the other guys.
Yeah.
McNeil hasn't been able to work into it. Nuke caught a couple balls that really wasn't all that important to to the eventual outcome yet. Those kinds of things got to excite you about.
Oh yeah, we've just got a lot of people. I mean, we got a lot of weapons, a lot of guys that we have confidence in, and you know, obviously we got confidence in Sharon. We tried to throw a touchdown pass to him. Wasn't a very good throw. We left it inside. You know, he really did a good job to put it outside. It's a touchdown, and you know, he's a guy that's going to continue to be involved. Played a good bit, just didn't really get any balls his way, and it's going to be that way some games. Bryce has had as good a camp as anybody, and didn't get any opportunities. But you know, this week it might be less for somebody else and more for others. But we really want to be able to play those guys, you know, freely, and not really have to worry about who's in and all that kind of stuff. But you'll see some more guys get opportunities as we play, and you know, first 4, 5, 6 games, you know, we'll start to develop an identity and a personality from a personnel standpoint. But right now, we got to play through that a little bit. As far as freshmen, you know, there's not going to be many freshmen ever get off to a start like Sammy Watkins. But you know, you mentioned some of those guys. I mean, Stephon and Tony getting out there, and DJ Howard, you know, Cole Stout, you know, did an excellent job with his opportunities, and it's exciting. It's exciting because, like I said, they're just going to get better. Just going to continue to get better.
Do you do or have you done anything different in preparing Taj leading up to Saturday this week than you did last week, or was that just kind of a...
No, we just same old business. I mean, we get him ready, prepare the same way. Chad's got a great plan in place as far as how we install during the week, and how he handles the quarterback. You know, he just got to pick up where he left off. Again, hopefully he's kind of got that first game jitters out of his system now, and he's ready to go play. He's going to continue to make some mistakes, but he really was just kind of lost his way there for a little bit the first half. But what can you say? I mean, what an incredible response he had. So, and that's what I want to see this week. Just kind of start off the same way that he left off, and let's put 4 quarters together. And he's still a growing player too. He's our starter and he's our leader, and but he doesn't have to win the games for us. But we do need him to manage it and be a good decision maker and take care of the ball. All right.